Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Joker released one final trailer to creep us out with Joaquin Phoenix's method, that is, I guess, method in the madness, his portrayal of Arthur Fleck, the man who becomes the Joker. Apparently as some kind of revenge for getting trolled on a late night show. I mean, just imagine all the psychos Jimmy Fallon is inspiring as we talk. Just kidding, no one laughs as maniacally as he does. I'm gonna break down this trailer shot for shot for all the interesting details that you might have overlooked, and spoiler warning in case any of my predictions end up being right. And thanks to privacy.com for sponsoring this breakdown. More details later on how they can help protect your online spending. Let's get started.
Can you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
Okay, the trailer opens on Arthur's commute into the Gotham inner city. The imagery here suggests a class divide. This is set in the year 1981, a year when the US was reeling from an economic recession and the decay of urban life in cities like New York, which Gotham is based on. Arthur makes this kid giggle by making silly faces, but as any single adult male who looks like Arthur Fleck can attest, society definitely has a limit on how long strangers are okay with you playing with their kids. I like the detail that even after the mother snaps at Arthur, mid-silly face, he tries to drop his expression, but his distorted smile remains locked in, as if the guy's not in control of his own facial muscles. It's a subtle symptom of his own mental health problems. And on to less subtle symptoms.
Arthur, I have some bad news for you. This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you?
Okay, next Arthur tears up his clown shoes based on the bruising on his back. I think this is after he gets jumped in the alley. Maybe he's trying to fix his shoes, like loosen them so he doesn't run as awkwardly in them, because in that neighborhood you're probably gonna have to run a lot. Or maybe he's sneaking like razor blades into his shoes. Not only would sneaky clown prank style weapons be a total Joker move, but also kind of parallel Travis Bickle's hidden weapon building in Taxi Driver, one of the two Martin Scorcese Robert De Niro films that are big influences on this film. Arthur lets out a maniacal laugh, which apparently Joaquin Phoenix developed by watching videos of patients suffering from pathological laughter, a real neurological disorder that makes people laugh uncontrollably. Maybe someone should look into Jimmy Fallon. This location appears to be HaHa's talent booking. The location seen in early set photos with Glenn Fleshler's rival clown character visible in the background here. The halls are lined with circus and clown props. Perhaps Arthur works his day job for like a clown event business, entertaining sick kids in hospitals, doing some street marketing, but he can later use these same clown props for his new movement. On to the next section.
You just ask every week, how's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
Okay, just one thing to point out here. As Arthur stands shirtless at the sink, if you listen closely, there's an interesting sound mixed in. It's almost like a squeegee wipe or an instrumental strings being scratched. It just creates this unnerving expression of Arthur's fragile mental state. Next clip.
Where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was gonna be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
Here, Arthur sits with his ailing mother Penny in a hospital room and sees Murray Franklin, Robert De Niro's talk show host character. Murray Franklin was inspired by De Niro's character in another Scorsese film, The King of Comedy, about an unstable, struggling comedian who violently forces himself into a guest spot on a late night show. Obviously, another major parallel for this Joker story. Now, Murray's showing a clip of Arthur at Pogo's Comedy Club. Arthur's backstory here is a nod to the tragic Joker origin presented in the Killing Joke graphic novel. But if you think about it, this clip that Murray's showing wouldn't be like a viral YouTube clip because this is in 1981. So this must be Arthur's submission video to the show, and they're using it on the show to humiliate him. That's pretty effed up. It'd be like this channel showing my audition video back in 2015 when I initially didn't get this job and used it to make fun of me. Hi, I'm Erik Voss, and the latest dance trend on Vine is Hit That Raven, and here's my version. You know, actually, that would have been great exposure. Next.
It's so awful, isn't it?
Here, there's some shots of the clown rioting that's happening around Gotham. It appears that some murders, probably committed by Arthur, are inspiring destabilization of fraught economic conditions and class warfare, with the wealthy elite, like Thomas Wayne, right in the crosshairs of it. Now, there's actually another detail to point out here, but before we get to that, thank you to Privacy.com for sponsoring this breakdown. Privacy.com is a free service that lets you buy things online using virtual cards instead of real ones, protecting your identity and bank information on the internet. It's essentially a digital burner card, so you don't have to use your real card number, which I'm sorry to report, I and many others have had stolen and used to purchase things in places I've never been before. Like, I didn't buy weird sex toys in K-Town. I get those in the Valley. You shouldn't have to hand over the keys to your finances every time you buy something, nor should you have to worry about getting double charged for one of your millions of content subscriptions. So, for example, I have set up an account with Privacy linked to my bank account, and I'm creating a one-time card to pay for a YouTube Red subscription. I'm gonna set the limit of this card for $1 so I can just try out YouTube Red for free for a month. So when I set up the subscription, I'll use this dummy credit card number that Privacy auto-generated. And later, like let's say I forget to cancel the subscription if I don't want it anymore, I will get notified when Privacy blocks YouTube from charging me the full amount for the next month because this burner card's $1 limit was maxed out. I'm safe. And you know what? This works for anything. It's so easy, and again, it's free. And we're actually gonna make this deal even better for you guys. First-time customers who sign up with Privacy.com/newrockstars will get $5 off their first purchase with Privacy.com. Just go to Privacy.com/newrockstars. That's Privacy.com/NEWROCKSTARS to get $5 off your first purchase now. Okay, back to the trailer. There's a sign on the news that reads, "We are all clowns," evoking a possible Joker cult that's forming here. Perhaps one whose street violence might be what forces Murray Abrams' hand to let Arthur appear on his TV show. Then Arthur smokes while painting his face white, and based on that brush, I don't think that's clown face paint. It looks like wall paint or primer. It's just not something to use on your face or your tongue. Arthur's vacant expression here reminds me of Buffalo Bill's makeup montage in The Silence of the Lambs. I can't wait for the mashup videos putting this clip to Goodbye Horses. Next.
My whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
Okay, here Arthur reacts to a grim newspaper front page. Latest news on the murders with a killer freaking clown image. Clearly, Arthur is thrilled to see his movement catching fire. There's a shot of Wayne Hall with a Charlie Chaplin Modern Times exhibit. Now, Modern Times is a classic film that centers around the tramp, Chaplin's tragic clown persona, who is similarly stuck in a soul-sucking job, suffering a mental breakdown, inciting class revolts, and falling in love. Let's move on.
Think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Okay, Arthur plants one on Sophie, that's Zazie Beetz' character, and then smashes his face against a metal grate, probably snatching a medical file away from Brian Tyree Henry's character at Arkham State Hospital. Perhaps Arthur's trying to get his mother's medical records, or maybe his own, to prevent a criminal record linking to his mental health file. Arthur takes a punch from Thomas Wayne, who is unknowingly creating the villain who will consume his city and later his son. Arthur also appears in the back of a cop car as it gets smashed by an ambulance. Perhaps his Joker cult has taken over the city to come break him free from custody. Next clip.
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Okay, so there's Murray and Mark Maron's talent booker character. They seem reluctant to host Arthur here. Again, probably worried about playing into his demands and give him his moniker on such a public stage. And then a quick shot reveals Arthur stomping on someone in an alley. You can actually see the victim's leg moving there. A reminder that this Joker film has been rated R for, quote, strong bloody violence, disturbing behavior, language, and brief sexual images. Yeah, hopefully brief is the short word there. I don't want to see what's under those tidy whities. And before we move on, there's a quick shot of some writing going on outside of a movie theater, and who is that coming through the door there? That is Thomas Wayne with his son, Bruce. Saw him in the other trailer. And Thomas's wife, Martha. Yes, we might seriously be looking at yet another murder depiction of the Waynes. And I think that is Arthur running up in the middle there to intercept them with what looks like a lead pipe or maybe a cane. Rumor has it is that people who are familiar with the plot of this story say that it might alienate some hardcore DC fans. And I think one possible way that they could do that would be by retconning Batman's origin the same way Tim Burton retconned it by having Joker kill Thomas and Martha Wayne instead of Joe Chill as he is in the traditional backstory. Also, is Martha wearing purple pearls? She better be. The imagery of those things just bouncing on the ground. It's just too dramatic. And onto the final clip.
Send in the clowns.
Okay, the music here is Send in the Clowns, a song Stephen Sondheim wrote for his musical A Little Night Music. It's all about the dejection and foolishness felt by live entertainers. And Arthur's doing this weird little dance before the curtains rise, similar to his dance that he does in the bathroom in the other footage, and similar to a dance that Murray does. This dance could be like another aspect of his mania, a physical tic that he learned from his idol, but then he does to remind himself it's all a show. And as if his cynicism wasn't already clear enough, this dude is smoking when he goes out into the lights. This guest spot is not for him to get laughs, it's to declare his nihilistic vision to the world. Is this Joker enough of a DC film for you? Or do you prefer it only being loosely, thematically connected to the DC world? Comment down below with your thoughts. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Erik Voss. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Thank you for joining me, and let's see some Arthur Fleck Buffalo Bill action.